This is officially our first episode of Pop Culture Fuck, Marry, Kill. Brandy, are you so excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
How was your week?
Oh, I'm not that excited, though. We're not going to do the small talk thing. We're just going to get into it.
Oh, thank fucking God. I hate small talk at the beginning of podcasts. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Pop Culture Fuck, Marry, Kill.
We're going to talk the good, the best, and the worst of the entertainment world that's happening this week and discuss what we want to fuck, marry, or kill. Now, we're not fucking, marrying, or killing any people because we're classy dames, but the stuff that we're loving and hating this week that we consume way too much of.
We're your hosts. I'm Kristen Gunn.
I'm Brandy McCormick, and this is Pop Culture Fuck, Marry, Kill.
This episode of Pop Culture Fuck, Marry, Kill is brought to you by My Grandma Nana's IRA. Thanks, Nana, for saving your post-depression pennies and leaving me with enough money to get a liberal arts degree from a private college, then half-heartedly follow my dreams of becoming a filmmaker, not succeed, and start a podcast. Because Grandma Nana's IRA money won't last forever, if you'd like to sponsor Pop Culture Fuck, Marry, Kill, reach out to us at 310-739-6280.
And we're back. And now we're going to get into the fucks of the week.
Ooh, okay, Brandy, what are you fucking this week?
Okay, so this week I am fucking the firing of Shane Gillis, new SNL hire, and immediately fired. I'll put comedian in quotes, I guess. So some of you may know, I don't know, do you know anything about this?
I read an article headline about this, and but that was it. I don't know who he is. I don't know what's going on. He didn't even make it to one episode like Jenny Slate.
He did not. That's because earlier this week, SNL announced they hired 3 new people. And people were very excited about 2 of them. And one of them, Shane Gillis.
Was nobody excited about him?
Nobody.
The 4chan guys weren't excited about him?
Well, sure. I guess we would say there was a small contingent of people who was excited about him. But it basically was immediately apparent that he had a history of crazy homophobic and racist comedy.
Oh, so I was like on point with 4chan.
Oh,
that was a wild guess.
Yeah. I mean, like crazy on point. And it was like an immediate thing. Everyone was wondering why SNL hadn't vetted him. I mean, everything was there online. The clips, he has a podcast where he would just make crazy racist jokes about mostly Asian people. And if that weren't horrible enough, the other thing was that one of the other hires that they announced that day was the first Asian hire for SNL.
Cool.
Bowen Yang had been a writer on SNL for a while, and it was a really big deal to have him hired as a performer. And so to have Shane hired on the same day, it was like, what the fuck are you guys even doing? Did you even look at this guy? But the reason that this is my fuck is because it feels good that they fired him.
Yeah.
Because things like this have happened in the past where, I mean, Colin Jost and Michael Che are 2 perfect examples of like, they've made some pretty tasteless jokes and, op-ed pieces before, and like nothing happened to them. There was outcry. They made terrible remarks on Twitter.
What did Colin Jost do?
He's kind of got that like, I forget what it is exactly, but he wrote some like op-eds and a couple of jokes that were just sort of like the most waspy, privilegey, kind of gross, disgusting bullshit. And then Michael Che is incredibly problematic about, he made some stuff about like girls getting raped and shit. And it's just like, what is your problem?
Yeah, neither one of them are very funny. So
exactly, they're not. And they've ruined Weekend Update completely.
Yeah.
And they still get to sit in those seats, which kills me. But I love this because
I'm really glad they got rid of Cecily Strong for those 2 guys.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Sarcasm font.
Mm-hmm. So I love it that they fired him. It makes me really happy that they didn't keep him on. But there is this big conspiracy that's like, did they hire him just so they could fire him?
Oh.
Because SNL has gotten so much flack for not taking action when things like this have happened in the past. Mm-hmm. The other thing about this is that like his apology is a complete non-apology. He's like, yeah, I pushed some boundaries and like my comedy is kind of dicey, but
I'm sorry if you were offended.
If that's not your thing, then that's not your thing. I'm a comedian. And like, I fucking hate that so much. So It's my fuck because it made me feel really good that SNL actually took action and this guy is no longer on the show because he doesn't deserve a spot on the show. That spot could have gone to somebody else. It definitely probably took the spot of somebody who wanted that job way more than him and deserved it way more than he did. But there's a little asterisk next to that, which is like, what if this is the conspiracy that everyone thinks it is? And I would not put it past them that they totally did this knowing that they would fire them and like feel really superior that they did this.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you on that. It's the M. Night Shyamalan ending.
Right?
Yeah.
Also, like, it's 2019. How do you not vet that guy's stuff that's out there?
I'm pretty sure he's a ghost, too.
Who? Shane, Lorne Michaels, or M. Night Shyamalan?
All of them.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Okay, Kristen?
Okay, so this week, this is about Succession. So as I talk about Succession, I'm going to do some light spoilers from the very first episode of the first season, but I'm also going to give away a pretty big moment in the second season. So if you have not watched that and you want to, you should fast forward about 5 minutes.
Oh.
Do you watch Succession?
No. Full disclosure, I watched the first, 4 or 5 episodes of the first season, and then
You were like...
I booped out,
yeah. Yeah, okay. That's fine. So I've been watching Succession.
Okay.
I like it because it feels like modern day Game of Thrones, right? And I feel like they've done a really good job of like a lot of times when they do world building in modern day to make it feel like there's all of this big important stuff going on, it doesn't feel big or important. It just feels like, little kids in their daddy suits, like pretending, right? And like this show has like got me, right? All of the stakes seem just so high to me, and they're all so fucking terrible, and it's great, and I love it.
Yeah, they're all terrible.
But I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Kieran Culkin on the show plays the youngest brother of a very powerful. He's supposed to be like Rupert Murdoch. He's a media magnate, mega billionaire, one of the most rich people in the world. Has the biggest media conglomerate in the world that's supposed to be kind of like Fox News. And so he's got these 3 children. Kieran Culkin plays the youngest, and he's this like feckless, useless wastoid that's also like really just like super, super douchey. And like at first, in the first episode, like he's kind of like the wisecracking guy at the top of the first episode, and you're
Classic Kieran, as I like to say.
And like you kind of like him at first compared to all of the other ones, and then he does something so shitty in the first episode where I don't know if you remember this, he bribes. Or he says that if a little immigrant boy can hit a baseball out of the park, then he'll give him $1 million. And he actually writes $1 million check.
Yes, I remember
and he's
that.
holding that, and then the little boy gets so close and doesn't make it, and rips it up right in front of him. So then you're like, oh, he's also just garbage. So anyway, they as they've developed his character over the seasons, and I'm getting to the fuck. It's apropos too that they've made it part of his storyline that he doesn't like. He's like horny and like sexually like like it's like a cliche, but he actually can't like fuck women. Like he doesn't like he like it's like weird. Like he has sex with like glass windows and stuff, and it's like super weird. And they've just very subtly like interspersed it throughout. This is the second or third season now. Second season. And then the most recent thing that's happened is he's now having this weird, tawdry, non-affair because he's only masturbating and not having sex with this like 60-year-old woman who is the principal lawyer for the company, because he loves that he loves that she shit talks him, and it's become this weird dynamic. And the first time they did this on an episode was the most recent episode that happened, and I was watching it in bed, and I literally, when it started happening, I was like, oh my god, and I like jumped up on my bed, and I was like, what is happening? And then I realized that what I was doing. I was like, wow, I don't think I've ever had a TV show give me this sort of reaction. So for that, it is my fuck of the week. My awkward, weird, masturbating in a bathroom with an old woman yelling at me on the other side of a door. Fuck.
Freaky.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Moving on to the Marys.
Yes. So Marys. Okay, my Mary for this week. So a ton of new shows have dropped on Amazon in the last couple of weeks. And I'm playing catch up, right? Like I'm more of a Netflix girl. Like I watch some Amazon shows,
I
like
can't keep up with Amazon.
Marvelous Miss Maisel. Well, there's a lot more. I feel like Amazon has a lot more misses than hits.
They definitely do.
But this brings me around to my Mary, and I don't have to talk about it too much because I've only watched the first 2 episodes. The show Undone. Which is
it's the rotoscope one?
Yeah. So if first of all, if you don't know what rotoscope is, you probably do if you're listening to this podcast. But if you don't know what it is,
nerds.
It's when they shoot the film and then somebody digitally paints over it. And I saw a preview for it, and I was like, oh, it's another like Richard Linklater-y, like, gobbledygook, like pretentious, artsy fartsy, whatever. And I was like, okay, maybe. But last night I just was struck to watch it, and so I watched the first 2 episodes. And the thing that I love about it is the rotoscope is important. It's not there just to be artsy. The story is about a young woman who you don't know if she's going crazy or if the things that she's seeing are really happening, and it can only be portrayed through the rotoscope, which I think is so fucking cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's not just like a normal movie where Julie Delpy and what's his nuts McGillicuddy are sitting on a bed talking.
Sure.
Ethan Hawke is
Yes.
what I'm talking about.
I know. I was going to let you get there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. There's purpose behind it, and it's just phenomenal. So I highly recommend it, and it's my Mary this week.
I love that. And I think the movie that, if you've seen it, Waking Life, I think is the other one, the one you were referring to earlier. Cool. I've heard a lot of people say that they really, really like that. Some people were talking about it at my office the other day, and they said it's awesome. So I will add that to my list.
Yeah.
Because, I kind of avoid Amazon unless it's like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, because it's the bomb. But good note.
Yeah. And Saul from Better Call Saul is in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I forget his name.
Bob Odenkirk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What would you do without me?
All right. What's your Mary?
Okay, so my Mary this week is the amazing new partnership between Netflix and the Great British Baking Show that has them dropping new episodes every Friday.
Is that why it's always my hero video when I open up Netflix?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're like most of us regular plebes who had to either pirate the seasons that were airing in the UK illegally, or when they would air on PBS here, you'd watch them there, but you'd be late. You'd be like me. That was me. I was those people. But I don't know, by the grace of the gods, this season, I don't know, they struck some sort of partnership, and the new current season that's airing on the BBC in the UK, I think a new episode airs like every Tuesday or Wednesday there. Just a few days later on Netflix here, that same new episode drops so that we plebes here in the U.S. can watch it.
Interesting.
And it is the bomb because now I don't have to worry about it getting spoiled for me. I mean, a couple days is nothing.
Yeah.
And I also don't have to pirate it illegally, which I love.
But it's the new judges. How is the new format? I like when Mary Berry and the Sue and Patricia
Mel
left. I was like, meh.
Okay, I was also that. But the first season with the new hosts, it starts a little rocky, but nothing changes. They were just inserted into the space in which Mel and Sue and Mary Berry.
I mean, they're basically Bizarro World versions of them.
They absolutely are. And so they just sort of stepped into that world and were like, here I am to sort of act out this play that you already set up for me.
Yeah.
I will say that I like Noel. I think he's funny, and he's really sort of grown into that atmosphere. He was a little shaky at first. I could give or take, I'm going to forget her name now, the other host that he hosts with.
I'm pretty sure it's Patricia.
It's definitely not. She was the host of a QI or whatever. She's well known in Britain too as another host. And then I actually really like Prue. I think she's a sufficient replacement for Mary Berry. She's not nearly as dusty or fragile.
But does she wear bomb-ass jackets like Mary
Okay.
Berry did? Because if she doesn't, then I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Prue's style is actually better than Mary Berry's.
I shut your whore mouth.
She's got this style where, first of all, she wears glasses and she has like a zillion different pair, and they're all these like amazing primary colors and these cool shapes. And the outfits that she wears are like color blocked primary color things. And she's got usually like an amazing overcoat, then like shirts on underneath it, glasses that sort of match in some way, and then some cool chunky necklace and bracelets, and then like little earrings. And you think it would be too matchy, but then you see her and you're like, God damn it, you're way cooler than me. She's very cool. She fulfills the Mary Berry like void of being the sort of like firm but nice one.
Yeah.
Paul Hollywood is everything he's always been, whatever. But like I like her a lot because I actually think she gives better feedback than Mary Berry.
Oh, well, because Mary Berry was just kind of like, well, she either was like, this wasn't your best day.
Right. It's
or she's
beautiful,
like,
but
this is just simply the best.
Exactly.
And it was like hot or cold, and that was it.
Right. And Prue actually gives like actual feedback in addition to this is beautiful, not great, but here's what you did wrong. She's really wonderful. And also, like I said, she, like I don't feel like Prue's gonna just like keel over dead at any moment. Like I feel like I could
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm serious. Like she's just got a little more like heft to her, which I like.
Yeah.
That being said, the weekly format is giving me so much life, and I hope it never goes away. I don't know what happened to make this happen, but I'm really enjoying it, and it just gives me this, it's like a warm hug every Friday evening or sometimes Saturday morning with my coffee, which is just maybe even more divine than a Friday evening wind down. Getting a little look into my life. And then as a little aside, there is a contestant on this season named Helena, and she loves Halloween.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll watch it then.
And she's spooky, and all of the things that she makes are spooky things.
Well, okay. You should have led with that, Brandy.
I'm sorry I buried the lead,
Yeah.
but now you know.
All right, Brandy, what are you killing this week?
Okay, on to the kills. My favorite section.
It's the Halloween of our show.
Truly, truly is. The Friday the 13th of Pop Culture Fuck, Marry, Kill. So I will say that my kill is the hiring of Shane Gillis on SNL, just to make that come full circle, and then I'll leave it at that. But my actual kill of this week is the NBC Universal streaming service announcement. It's going to be called Peacock, which I hate so much. But the reason this is my kill is because this is yet another layer to the ever-evolving landscape of streaming service wars.
Yeah.
It's this inevitable war that we are now all barreling towards. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon,
Disney Plus.
Peacock, I'll say it again. It's horrible.
Oh, don't forget CW Seed.
CW Seed, CBS All Access. I heard this morning that BET Plus is launching. They're launching their own streaming service.
Quibi. There's
YouTube TV has a thing. I think
there's like Go 90. That's another one.
like they're just all there. There's just so many things.
And with that, we're going to announce our streaming service.
It's called Fuck TV. Just kidding. And it just like we just cut cable. Like I have been
Really?
Whoa. I know.
Like what? That's fresh.
I know it is. And you can't believe it, right? Because
No.
you've always known me to have cable.
No, I mean, like I don't know a world where you don't have cable.
I know. Yeah, so we only had cable because I was a holdover. I needed that cable in my life. I needed to mindlessly surf. I needed a DVR. Always. I needed 200 channels in which I only watched 12.
You needed
Always.
24/7 access to House Hunters.
Yes, I did. If I could not fall asleep with people searching for their dream 2-bedroom apartment, I don't know what I could do.
I just don't like the paint color.
Right. It's clearly unchangeable. So we just cut that. And so to now just be berated with Oh, well, crap. Okay, well, we obviously have to get Disney Plus. Like, that one we have to get. It's clear. We have Hulu. We have Netflix. We have Amazon. That's great. I was like, fuck NBCU. Like, I don't need any of that. And then they were like, just kidding. We're going to be the only place you can watch Parks and Rec forever.
Wait, it's going away from Netflix?
And Hulu, yes, both.
Fuck those bitches.
Exactly. That is why it's my kill more so than just like, fuck the streaming service war. Because, like, now we're back to where cable was, except that it's actually worse and more inconvenient.
Yeah.
Is that NBCU announced, Peacock announced that they are taking back Parks and Rec exclusively, so you won't be able to watch it anywhere else. Not all of their original programming is going to Peacock exclusively, though. Like, Netflix just bought Seinfeld for like $1 trillion.
Sure.
But they are also rebooting Saved by the Bell.
Oh, yeah. Meh. It's not Saved by the Bell if it's just Jesse and Slater.
Right. So I'm like, no, thank you, pass. But they're also doing a reboot of Battlestar Galactica, helmed by Sam Esmail, who made Mr. Robot. Now, that is intriguing to me because I love Mr. Robot, and Sam Esmail makes really good things. He also made Amazon's Homecoming, the adaptation of that podcast. And it's like, well, sure, I could pirate that, but like, it's going to be so fucking good. And like, now I need it so I can watch that and then fall asleep watching Parks and Rec, and I can only get that on Peacock. Like, fuck my life. Like, what kind of world do I live in? So, streaming service wars, but specifically Peacock is my fucking kill this week. Kill all the streaming services.
Wow, it's a very worthy kill.
Thank you. Kristen Gunn, what is your kill?
Okay, so I have a pop quiz for you, Brandy.
Yes.
According to BGR.com, what was the #1 watched show on television this week? And that includes all streaming services. #1 show. #1 new show.
Oh,
new show. Not like, I don't know,
Seinfeld.
Suits or whatever shit like everybody watches on WWE or whatever.
#1 new show?
#1 new show this week. Let me give you a hint. It's my kill. It fucking sucks.
Is it on a main network? Or is it on a streaming service?
It's on a streaming service.
Damn it, which one?
Go 90. I'm kidding.
wait, hang on. Let's keep going. Which one?
Well, I mean, it's okay.
I want to guess.
It's on Amazon as well.
Oh.
Yeah. They dropped a ton of shit recently.
Oh, well, I don't keep up with Amazon, so what is it?
Carnival Row. Fucking sucks.
Oh, that show? Wait, is that with
Carla
Ms. Delevingne?
Oh, okay, thank you. I was just going to call her Cara Delevingne.
That works also, but
Yeah.
I think her name is Cara Delevingne.
Thank you. So it is helmed by her and Orlando Bloom.
What?
How far he's fallen.
He's in it?
No, he's like they're the main characters. They're like the love interests of the, but like they've fallen out because she believes that he's betrayed her. I hate everything about this show.
Are they carnies? Tell me more. I need everything.
Okay, so it takes like the world building in the show is just trash.
Sure.
It's like Jack the Ripper meets Lord of the Rings.
No,
it like takes
Kristen.
place in like it's like a fictitious world, but it's kind of like
you don't say.
like Jack the Ripper, smoky old England times, right?
Okay.
And so everybody wears derby hats and has the Irish accent.
So it's like a Peaky Blinders wannabe situation.
Yes. But then there are all these fantasy characters that are like the low caste characters. So like low caste system characters. So like the fairies, which is Cara Delevingne.
Cara Delevingne.
Thank you. She is a fairy, and so like I hate any show. Like first of all, it's a very paper thin bad allegory for immigration and treating immigrants poorly.
I see.
But it's like so cheap and bad and just annoying in every way. And every cliche in the book, like every cliche in the huge encyclopedic volume, the Bell and Beauty and the Beast library of cliches. Every single one of them is in the first episode of this show.
Oof.
And then I really hate any show where, like, if there was just a basic conversation between any of the characters, all of the problems would be solved.
Ugh.
And so it's like that all the problems are like a basic conversation away from being solved. And also, can we just stop making Cara da happen? Like, she's not a good actress.
Yeah.
Like, she's pretty. Let her be a model. You know, I'll buy jeans from her. But, like, can we just stop trying to make her happen because she's not good?
Could we also do that with Orlando Bloom, though?
I mean, the universe is making that happen already.
I guess so, but like, woof, what a pair.
Anyway, so that's my kill for the week.
Very, very good kill. Okay, and now it's time for a section we like to call honorable mentions. So these are things that didn't quite make the cut for our Fuck, Marry, or Kill, but we want to talk about them really quickly anyway because we think they're worth mentioning. Kristen, do you want to go real quick?
Okay, so I want to fuck the fact that Cardi B might be one step closer to being the nanny in the Nanny reboot that is produced by Fran Drescher.
I haven't heard anything about this. This makes me very excited.
Also,
I can't believe this didn't make your cut. The end.
That was the one I was gonna marry that versus instead of Undone.
Tough call.
Yeah,
really,
I know.
Really tough call.
I know.
Dang. Okay. I need more information about this later.
Yep.
Okay. I want to kill Joe Keery getting bangs. Do you know who Joe Keery is?
No.
He is Steve Harrington in Stranger Things. AKA Steve the Hair.
No. What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
No. Is it for the show?
It's not for the show. It's for a role.
Oh. Okay.
It's really, really
Show me.
bad. Okay.
Oh my God, that is so bad. Oh no. You can tell by his face too. He's so sad about it.
Yeah. He quote says it's for a role, but who can really know?
Oh, it's like he looks like Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber.
Right? Like, what role would make him do that? Like, his hair was, like, insured.
The triple reboot of Dumb and Dumber.
Maybe. Ugh, it makes me so sad. So that's my kill because, like, if you're not Steve Harrington, the hair, like, what are you even, Joe Keery? Like, get the fuck out of here.
I have one more kill.
Okay.
I want to fucking kill all of the Brady Bunch bullshit that is going on with HGTV right now. Like, it is
the redoing the house and all that crap.
total garbage. I don't even watch HGTV, but they are promoting the shit out of it. They have bought ad space on the back of my eyelids. Mm-hmm. It is every fucking where, and I couldn't care less.
I couldn't either, and it makes me think that whole thing is like utter trash. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it turned out like absolute shit balls, and so they're like, "Well, fuck, we got to be able to watch this."
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they spent like $1 bajillion. They bought the house from underneath Lance Bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like. He was like putting the pen to the deed to sign it, and like the president of HGTV came in and just like smacked it out of his hand and ran away with it after punching him in the face.
Poor Lance.
Pretty sure that happened.
Wouldn't put it past him.
Did we miss your favorite Fuck, Marry, or Kill this week? Call us and tell us. Leave us a message at 310-739-6280, and we might just play it on the show. If you get in early now, we will probably definitely play it on the show because I doubt many people are going to call us.
My mom, maybe.
But wait, this isn't the end of the show. After the break, we're going to play my favorite game. Get Brandy to guess a random pop culture thing with as few clues as possible.
I think we're going to need a better name than that.
I'm never good enough for you.
That's not true.
And so you know we're not cheating. I am going to get a random stranger to give me the pop culture thing that she's going to have to guess. Okay, so I've traveled back in time to find the most random person I could to ask a pop culture reference that I will get Brandy McCormick to guess. The person I found today is none other than Grant, who is one of our podcast producers. How's it going, Grant?
It's going pretty well.
Sweet. Thanks for placating me.
Yeah.
So, have you thought about what the most random pop culture person, show, reference might be?
I had something that came to mind. For some reason, it's just on the mind right now. The smoke monster from Lost.
Love it. That's a great one. So if you guys didn't ever watch Lost, the smoke monster was this billowy figure that would come and kill people, and they never really addressed what it actually was, right?
It was some spirit protector of the
Yeah,
island.
it's the mystical thing. But then they were all dead, so what does that mean? It was like, was he Satan?
They weren't all dead, though.
Well,
In the end, they die afterwards. But they try to say, like, what happened, and there was this whole mystical island.
I still think they were all dead, but that's for another podcast.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to travel back to the future. Thank you. Okay, I'm back in the future. Brandy, your clue is the stupidest non-human on Lost.
The polar bear
See, I thought you would probably guess the polar bear.
or Walt.
Well, but he's still a human.
Oh, wait, that's not the dog's name?
Is the dog's name Walt too? I thought the little boy was named Walt.
Oh, what's the dog's name? I was thinking the dog was my second guess.
Oh, no.
Non-human on Lost?
Yeah.
And it's not the polar bear? Oh, the fucking black smoke.
Yes! Yes! So next week you have to beat 3 guesses.
Okay, it took me three
guesses.
It took me 3 guesses to get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a very good clue. Yeah.
I came up with a clue.
I mean,
Grant said that Grant was the
That's right.
Producer Grant was the one that picked the
thing.
smoke monster from
oh,
Lost.
man. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Good pick, Grant.
I mean, like, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Just nice and random.
Nice and random. I love it. Thank you, Grant. Thanks for listening, you guys. If you don't already, please be sure to subscribe to Pop Culture Fuck, Marry, Kill on Instagram, Twitter, and check us out at popculturefmk.com. And tell one of your friends about the podcast this week.
Good night, Gracie.